Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 174th episode, the 174th installment of the Alter Ego podcast.
174 episodes?
That's right.
Nice.
Of 100% free content, baby. We're here for you. Sorry it's been a while. Life be lifing. You know how that is. A lot of things happening, some of which we'll talk about here on the show today, as we are on the eve of Deadpool 3. There's kind of a hodgepodge of things that have gone on in the world that I just kind of want to go on and talk about today. We don't really have the usual structure that we have, but there's a lot of things to talk about regardless, right?
I like the hodgepodge.
Yeah, first and foremost, your boy, me, Jack, has finally been able to quit the rat race and join Seven Lamb Productions as my full-time job, which is really cool to say. Thank you so much to all of our patrons and people that listen and support us. It means the world to my family and I, and the fact that I can do this for a living, even though Alter Ego is a very small part of that, but still, it's a part of it. And I love you boys here at the table. Ryan's been with me since, long time.
I want to say since like episode 7 or 8, maybe.
Right, and then it was weekly after that. So we've been doing this a while. So for me to be able to do this as my job is pretty incredible. Thank you. And if you don't follow us on Seven Lamb Podcast, please do so. It's a lot of audio dramas, which are basically like TV shows or movies that are in audio format that you can listen to. And I'm one of the voice actors on a lot of those shows.
If you want to piss your pants laughing, listen to Cop Doctors.
Don't listen to that order. I just did an episode of Cop Doctors, and I was like, "Oh God, it's so bad." It's
so
not bad,
good.
but it's right. It's good, and you're gonna like it. I know you're gonna like it.
I like everyone, so you know that's my cup of tea.
This one, knowing Nello, this one speaks to him. Like this is like a Nello episode.
I'm so ready for this.
It's good. But yeah, lots of things have happened. We were talking about college football. That's finally out. College football 25 in terms of video games. Let's talk about it.
We want Bama.
Who's we? You?
We are Penn State.
The editorial we wants Bama?
No, we as in Penn State wants Alabama. And we're going to beat you this time.
So there's only been one member at the table who is notably absent, is not here, Mr. Rhino. He had some business to take care of, but he may jump in.
Mm-hmm.
He may jump in. If he does, he can He's
still paying the bills right now, but that's okay.
That's right. My man has to pay the bills. Do your thing. Work hard. We support you. However, he did come see me in college football. Oh, there's one other thing. A guest says hello. Look at that. If you're in the conspiracy window looking at Nello's window, you'll see. Oh my goodness. Miss Megan,
up?
how are you?
I'm good.
The three of us collectively have something to say to the Alter Ego Princess, the Ego Queen. Ego Queen. What a terrible name. I'll pay for that later.
Yeah.
And it's happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'm a terrible singer, so I'm not singing.
Happy birthday, dear Megan. Happy birthday to you.
Boom.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
That
I
was
woke up
crazy.
to this morning. That's
exactly. She was dead asleep, and I just woken up, opened my eyes, and started singing it, baby.
Yeah, it was like really groggy when happy birthday.
Hey, come here. You don't get to get out that easily.
Not today.
We want your opinion. We've been talking about college football 25. Oh, you don't have to. Yeah, I don't know how you're going to get back here, but we want your opinions. College football 25. We're just getting ready to talk about it.
Oh, I love it so much.
Are you having a good time while watching him lose? Oh, I mean,
He's asked if you're having a good time watching me lose, which you haven't seen yet.
I haven't seen him lose, and I'm having a great time with it on in the background while I read books.
You know why? Because it's got the drum line. That's awesome. They don't have any. That's one thing that was always better than Madden. I don't have to listen to any whatever's pop now, whatever's cool. I can listen to the drum line.
Hey,
baby.
bro, Madden used to have some tracks that would slap.
They did, but not.
Got a point.
Name one.
On a slap track. I can't remember right now. but they have some
Back
good
in the day, They
music.
used to have Dance Dance. What was it, 2000, which one was it?
Are we losing power?
Oh.
2019. I think is one that had like Young M.A., Post Malone, a bunch of other people. I used to
Post
sit there and
Malone?
listen to that. Joint.
Yeah, no, they already lost me by that point. I haven't played a consistent Madden since Michael Vick was on the cover.
That's 04.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
07 actually.
07? So close.
Yeah, no, it is 07.
How do you know that?
I've been playing.
I'm
Madden
sorry.
since it
I'm
came
sorry.
out
Did you just
on
accuse him of
the
knowing a random fact?
con-
This one here knows
I
what
know,
color
right?
shirt I was wearing 6 years ago on a Tuesday. She's a savant. She'll be like, that was the day you were wearing your Marvel Zombie shirt. Don't you
I
remember?
remember important things.
So I have played Madden since it came out on
That's
the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So when I was in college, I pretty much almost dropped out because of me playing Madden, and that's all I did.
That
was
makes
just play
sense.
Madden.
That makes sense.
And 07 is when they introduced the Vision for the very first
Oh,
time.
that's right. And
Oh, I'm
Peyton
not gonna
Manning could
forget
see the
him,
whole
don't
field.
worry.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
okay. So before, I don't know if how long you're planning on staying, but I want to, before you go, get your opinion or any bold predictions for Deadpool numero tres.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh, come on.
Okay, what the hell are you asking of me? It's going to be good. Blake Lively's probably going to be Lady Deadpool.
That's your bold
Or
prediction?
Ryan Reynolds
Okay.
himself.
That's
might
been
be.
debunked. That's been debunked.
That it's
Apparently.
not him?
Yeah.
Can we trust that though?
No.
He's going to break the fourth wall 16 times. I don't know. What are you asking of me?
Oh boy. She's
What are you
got you gotta
asking?
knock the rust off. You haven't been with us in a while. You gotta,
Got
you
you.
gotta
Got
get
a
in there
point.
and really, yeah.
Got a point.
But you
What
know,
are
like,
you
hey,
wanting from me?
we're gonna see Iron Man, a version of Iron Man in
Yeah,
Deadpool,
right?
right? Let's something groundbreaking. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're gonna.
Oh, you want me to make shit up to make this? I mean,
give us
to pop
yes!
the show?
Give us something good.
do a Nello. Throw something against the wall. See if it sticks, whether it has any validity or not.
There's that with noodles.
That's how you know they're cooked.
I know.
Well, we already know that there's going to be like 50 variants of Deadpool. The
I-
question is which ones are going to be highlighted.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of most excited for. And who's going to play them?
Okay. Let's ask you this: there are already confirmed to be multiple versions of Wolverine.
Okay.
Who's the guest Wolverine you're most excited to see of an actor, not the variant of Wolverine?
I don't know.
If you
very
had to
many.
pick an actor to go play Wolverine.
Oh,
Excited for the girl from Logan.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah. What's her name?
Wait, Daphne Keane.
Daphne Keane.
Excited.
We should just
can I
jump
just
onto
like pick a
Deadpool after
random
this.
actor?
Or who you think would play a good Wolverine
Oh man.
in the movie. It's
Come back to me. I
couple
gotta
of
think about
couple
that.
of them are rumored are
Yes.
Daniel Radcliffe.
I heard that, but he could be playing Wolfsbane
Henry
too.
Cavill.
Ugh,
Henry Cavill. He could definitely play
he
that.
could play a fucking soup spoon, and I would be watching that.
She'd
okay?
be licking that spoon clean.
If you think I'm
No
offended
need
to
for the
hear that,
dishwasher.
if you think I'm offended to hear that, that's pretty PG compared to what she's heard about Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock's name has been run through the mud and back in our house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Sandra. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we were
shit.
talking college football. It's been exciting. Been playing some Road to Glory, but Ryan, you haven't played it yet,
No, I have not.
and you had a bit of a story as to why that is. Did you want
Preach.
to
Yes.
expand on that
Well, because
for the kids at home?
I no longer just buy things, video games, and support things that I do not like. If you haven't changed something, I'm not giving you my money. I haven't bought Madden in almost 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 6 years.
Okay.
I've played them because friends have bought it for me. Like they've gifted it to me.
Guilty.
Yeah, you let me borrow one and
Let
then
you borrow. I ain't ever seen that motherfucker again. I haven't asked for it back.
I say borrow because I literally have it on my coffee table. Like I need to get this back to Jack. And I remember it's sitting there on the coffee table, and I just always forget.
Yeah.
But then I had another friend a couple years ago who's like, "Oh, you're gonna play in this this franchise mode with us?" I'm like, "No, I'm not, because I don't own Madden." He goes, "Ding! Now you do. Now you can gift things to people." So
That is
worked
true.
out. And
So all you out there in Alter Ego land, if you're feeling like gifting Ryan college football, he will gladly accept.
oh, absolutely.
I'll get you his gamer tag.
I-
Don't
Or
worry
we
about it.
take donations towards the game, and then when we get enough, we can buy it for
There you
him.
go. We'll start a GoFundMe.
Go fund Florida State beating Penn State and everybody else.
I already beat your Indians. I saw you. I showed you the picture of that beatdown.
Yeah.
He showed you
28
the
points in the first
Hey,
quarter.
let me ask you this: what difficulty are you playing on?
I don't remember, but it's
What-
the most.
oh,
It's like
this
veteran,
rookie-
all-pro
Nah,
Madden.
this rookie
Oh,
guy.
gotcha.
Top dog.
He's on
world
freshman.
class.
He's on
recruit.
freshman.
He's on recruit. Yeah, but the last few Maddens they've actually had terrible glitches that
Right.
where like the defensive players wouldn't move when he ran certain plays, like, and it was just bad. So I'm not giving my money to them.
Let me
if
tell you
once they
this.
fix it. And they never fixed it, and they knew about it, but they would never patch it.
Let me say this: the pageantry and the looks of this game are the best of any football game you got out there. The way they look,
I mean-
and the, like let's talk about, just for one, the Gators walking through and they all touch the Gator head.
Okay, we're talking about
or going down and Notre Dame play like a champion today, or LSU has the win bar.
Okay, I got
and Clemson has what's the rock?
The
Yeah,
rock.
that they all touch before they go down the hill. They've got that to a T. And Chief
I don't even know his
Chief
name.
I'm a homo. He is he does the thing where he throws.
Yeah, where he throws it in the.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm the guy who presses start on that. I don't care.
I mean,
When it comes
well, they look really good, and they also have like the little details. Like the Bama has the turnover belt, so if you get a pick, it does the animation of them with the belt and all that other stuff. That's just a cool detail. However, here's the thing that Madden has done recently, and college football is the same way that I hate it. In sports games, much like in real life, there are teams that suck, that are terrible, that you just are designed, your program will beat the brakes off of them. For instance, I had Bama, who is arguably one of the best programs in the entire game,
It's tier 1,
and they were playing USF. That's not a game.
but that's a game scheduled in real life.
It is. But the game will do that thing where even if you call the perfect defense, you design the play right, they're going to go 80 yards for a touchdown when they shouldn't. And players that in actuality, in real life, aren't breaking 4 tackles and a big hit from a safety
100%.
to run 80 yards for a touchdown.
I was just going to say that. The tackling in the game is atrocious. The kicking in the game is atrocious.
No. It's just
The
finally
game
challenging.
is-
No,
Now
it's
it's not a
atrocious.
gimme. I
It's
love the
atrocious.
kicking because
It's
I haven't
atrocious.
missed any.
But even when you get it right, if you hold the button just a little bit longer, it just kicks it 19 feet to the other way. Or if you don't hold it hard enough, or you get scared to go up, it'll drop it all the way down. The kicking is atrocious.
Awesome.
And Penn
might
State
like that.
quarterback
Yeah.
looks like
It just makes it a challenge. It's really
Oh, no,
fun.
I go for
If
hard,
you know
man.
what you're doing, you're going to make the kick.
No, I'm going for hard. I'm not kicking shit. I'm going for 2 points every time, and I'm 4 hard downs, bro.
yeah, but you could probably get it because a running back can break 3 tackles from a 300-pound defensive tackle without having to worry about it.
I wanna
and these
tell-
are some of the things and one of the reasons why I didn't buy the game.
I was going to say that right there
Like-
is enough to get me my blood boiling because I should be, hey, listen, if I'm playing a crap team, I want to beat them 50-0.
Mhm.
I don't need it to be a competitive game for the game to be fun. I can put them in the dirt and still have fun. But I want to tell a funny story because when I was a young lad, my brother introduced me to college football. And so naturally, my son has come of age and a college football has come around. It's time to play. So I let him play as Texas at 8:00 in his stadium. And I chose a subpar Florida Gators team.
Oh, I love that. Fuck them boys.
He ended up being up on me 14-0 right in the beginning of the game because
Oh,
of
please tell me he
those
was talking
mechanics.
shit.
Those mechanics, right? Where you're like, you tap the ball and it throws it to the wrong receiver and somebody does it for a pick
Mhm.
six. And then I did a pitch and the pitch, he got somehow, bounced off the
Yeah.
player, picked up by them, run back. And he's sitting there. And yes, he did. He turned, he's like, oh,
My man.
he goes, I'm pretty good at this, huh?
Uh-oh.
I was like,
uh-oh.
Megan was looking over at me and I'm just doing this like, motherfucker.
Yeah, he also thinks that he's better than everybody at mostly everything. So
Wait, who are you talking about?
our son.
Oh, okay.
See, you know,
Well, now that you ask,
you see,
Oh
but
boy.
who does he get it from?
Yeah.
because he's what? Like he's like what? 13?
He's 13.
Man, that's late. I was
Yeah.
playing when I was like 5, 6 years
Well,
old.
so long story short, he ended up. I was a nice dad. I did not get this from my brother, but I did it for him. I was like, it's 4th down, buddy. You probably want to punt the ball. And he looks at me dead in the face and he goes, young Sheldon says statistically you should go for it. And I was like,
oh my God, that is an amazing comment by him.
I was like, oh, really?
That's right, nephew. All gas, no brakes. Let's go.
He called
It's
the
a video
play.
game. This
And
ain't
I was
real
like,
life.
long story short, I said, well, it's too bad young Sheldon couldn't block the D tackle on that one for you. I almost killed Ryan. Ended up coming back to win by a couple of touchdowns. However, it was just a fun experience. And that's one of those reasons college football is an iconic game, because for me, it was part of my childhood growing up.
That was like Madden.
But
for
the
me.
engine is the same, and they didn't fix the same like visual flaws in the players as in the other game. Like if you look
Let
at
me
the
tell you,
Penn State,
one of my favorite things is watching the AI crowd celebrate. They look like the stuff of nightmares. It's so good because they're like,
And
you
it's
can't
the
see it
same
out there in
people
audio
every
land.
I like
patch.
but imagine somebody painted bulbous eyes on a mannequin and just started shaking it every time you walked by a department store. It's like,
I do like some of the entrance things. I like the turnover belt things that
Yeah.
they do with the celebrations and stuff like that. But the gameplay overall is
See,
they need
that's the
some
thing
work.
about the game. Like to me, you need to focus on the gameplay. I don't care about all the extra stuff that you do. Like that's cool and all, but I'm playing a video game to have good gameplay, which is like I said, I always have to change the sliders in Madden. I find good sliders, change those to make the game more playable and more realistic. It's one of the reasons I stopped playing Mutt.
that's one thing that I had to do too is so like in Madden particularly, not in the college football game, but speed in Madden doesn't matter. Like a defensive tackle will catch your fastest running
See,
back.
there's a slider for that, and then like if you change,
It's
all
called
that
speed differential, and I change it
change
to
it.
be maximum.
every time to make it more realistic, and it plays a lot better once I find good sliders, and you can do that on the internet.
Because if I have Tyreek Hill and
Exactly.
any defensive lineman, almost any linebacker in the league is catching him, that's not realistic.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about something else, shall we?
Oh, can I just go real quick and just say
Yeah,
one
yeah.
more?
Are
So
you out of here, Mrs. Austin?
Yeah, but I'm gonna let him make a point, and then I'm gonna give you my Wolverine.
Okay, all right. We're gonna be back with a Wolverine.
oh well, no, I want to hear this Wolverine thing.
Okay. How about Carl Urban?
He's been rumored
Yeah,
as somebody who could play.
like he had like I was thinking Butcher, obviously from
Yeah.
the boys, and he has that.
he's
Wolverine sort of
he's also nerd royalty.
Yeah,
I've been praying God that he becomes the new Wolverine.
He actually
he would be really good,
he would be incredible. Yeah,
Same body size.
Right?
and
Yep.
structure.
absolutely.
Yeah. And same
And
like
more likely
yeah.
to come again and play it again and again and again
sorry,
than
Nello's
somebody
talking
like
and-
Henry Cavill, who is a big movie star and gets other big projects. Not that Carl Urban doesn't. Great pick though.
Great pick, because I've been saying it.
See
for
you
a
later.
while.
Happy
Great minds think
birthday.
alike. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
It's her birthday year, guys. Be willing to
Whole
celebrate.
year. The whole year's my birthday.
I like it.
Yeah,
Doesn't that get tiring? Tiring? A whole
not for
year?
her. Not with her Amazon account.
Jesus.
All right, pick whatever that is up.
That's Predator.
Speaking of picking up, you didn't hit your boy with the pick up the sticks, bro. You're taking his ass open. Pick up your sticks. I love that Dave Chappelle skit. Oh no, I'm dying. Pick up your sticks.
Your happy birthday was better than the chick who sang the national anthem at the All-Star game.
I haven't heard it.
Oh my, you haven't heard this?
No, I don't like to listen to people butcher things on purpose.
She was drunk.
Oh no.
And she was an Emmy Award winning like artist, and she just destroyed it. It's so tough.
And I think she said she was going to rehab.
Yeah, but she wasn't even consoled. She's like, oh my God, people said it's crazy. I'm going to rehab. See you in a few weeks. I'm
Like
what?
how silly
Who is
to
that?
go to rehab. Like no. And not that rehab is silly. That's not what I mean. But the culture today, right, is like you can't say, yeah, I screwed up. I had a few Chardonnays and I really should not have done that. And I'm going to own it. Instead of saying like, I'm going to go to rehab because I have a major problem. No, you're an international recording artist who did not think about how much alcohol they had in their system. We're probably doing a lot of stuff and not thinking. And then they put the mic in your hand. Be better prepared next
It's the
time.
national anthem of a country, regardless of wherever she's from. I don't think she's from here, or she is, or I don't know, wherever.
Yeah.
Like
Not okay.
This
Not
is
okay.
one of your biggest breaks.
Sure.
The only thing on summer TV, they actually play the national anthem
Yeah.
for the All-Star game. It's a big deal, and you're gonna do that.
Awful.
It's a double disrespect to everything.
Yeah.
Just a profession and
I
craft.
just don't like it because it doesn't seem sincere. She's going to rehab so she can say, well, I went to rehab. You have to forgive me now.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Like, isn't there a handler? Isn't there somebody like our agents like,
Somebody.
hey, how about you don't take 7 Chardonnays before the
Or
national
how about
anthem?
this?
Do 2.
Hey, my client is really drunk. She's not going to be able to do it. So unfortunately, and then it's hearsay.
Mhm.
Hey, they pulled her at the last minute. They played a recording of the national anthem. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Wolverine, Deadpool.
Oh, no. We're not going there first.
Okay.
We're going to Agatha
slapping-
all along.
Oh God,
baby.
no! Why?
Did you watch the trailer?
I don't care.
Why?
'Cause I
don't you
didn't care about her in WandaVision.
Why not?
Because I didn't give a shnikes about WandaVision.
That was an excellent show.
Not for me,
She was
but
a major part
you
of
know.
it. But anyway, have you seen the trailer for it?
No, I have not,
Why not?
because I haven't watched anything.
Mm,
Really?
That's true.
I've been playing Lord Khan and watching reruns of Ink Master, bro.
Ink Master.
Master?
How many tattoos you got?
I have exactly none.
0.
And you're
What-
watching.
Are we
Ink
going to go
Master?
get? Are we going to
It's
go get matching
entertaining, bro.
tattoos?
I'm about it.
Are you really,
Why not?
Oh, bro, Ink Master's rubbing off.
guys? Let's go. Hey, let's talk design.
I'm getting Thug Life across my chest.
Okay, so I'll get it across my inner thigh.
Can I get it on other body parts that are only seen in the dark?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
That's
You'll have to use smaller font.
The one that says "Go Cowgirls."
Okay, we're not getting on that train. So, Agatha all along. So, Agatha, we've only seen in WandaVision as the person who was manipulating the Scarlet Witch, which she didn't know was a Scarlet Witch at the time. She just knew that Wanda was incredibly powerful and was trying to
Get over
sap
something.
power off of that.
Yeah.
Ends up working very poorly against her. And Wanda in WandaVision hexes her to be stuck in a sitcom life herself. Only the rest of the world doesn't know it. So she's just kind of stuck in her own mind. And so this is her picking up in that spot. You meet her in this trailer. She's a police officer now, which there are a lot of theories that she's still stuck in her little curse because another witch approaches her and says, that witch did this to you and she's gone. Basically talking about Wanda. And claw your way out. Be yourself again. But the body that they're going to see at the crime scene is Wanda. It shows her with her fingers like the Darkhold, the corpse. So she's seeing a dead Wanda Maximoff in this vision or whatever. So this is still pushing my favorite part of the MCU right now.
Because that's what I was gonna
I heard.
bring up is she's supposedly dead, but right now in this point in time in the MCU, do we really care to need another show about, I don't even know, Agatha? Like, that's the last thing I was like, oh man, you know what? I think
It's-
should really come out with a show about Agatha right now.
I was
Right.
on some Telegram channels and I was reading about it, and it's supposed to be Marvel's horror angle. It's supposed to be more towards like a horror drama.
Listen,
genre,
I
excuse
can
me.
understand that, but right now with all the saturation, it's not needed.
What
You still-
saturation?
Like,
There
even
is
still,
nothing.
well,
we
I
don't have
mean,
anything from
they've
Marvel.
cut it back, but since
lot.
all the other stuff that they've had
Significantly.
and done, and this is what you give us, like, we got what, one movie? We're getting one movie this year, 2 movies,
One.
Movie.
one movie, and Agatha is a TV show that we.
She's not coming out this year.
okay, but even still, next year that's what we have to look forward to.
It's for like
Like-
October. It's for that whole October.
Well, that's right. It is October.
Right.
So okay. So I take that back. Only one movie is coming out, but this show is coming out in October.
Yeah, but I mean, even still, that's like, I'm not clamoring for
Let me say
more.
this. Let me say this. There have been
WandaVision.
some. Well, this won't be WandaVision, that's for sure. There's been a lot of TV shows. Are you pulling up the TV show list that
September
they have?
18th is coming out.
Do me a favor. Pull up all the TV shows that they've had come out on Disney Plus.
Agatha comes out September 18th.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So
So
Marvel
right
release-
around
yeah, that
October,
whole
in area.
that whole October.
Okay.
So what am I doing? Marvel shows?
Yeah. I know we got Loki.
I mean, we can list them. You got Loki season
Oh,
1 and
past.
2.
Yeah. So
You
we got
have-
WandaVision, then Loki. Loki, it was a bona fide hitter. That was good.
Captain America.
Captain America and the
Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier, which wasn't received well.
I
Miss-
liked it. That was the one I probably
Yeah,
liked the
Miss
most.
Marvel.
I liked it. What do they call you, Black Kid?
Yeah, They got him.
You had
Got 'em,
Miss
didn't I?
Marvel,
Miss Marvel, dud.
No.
Secret Invasion,
Dud.
Wanda.
The biggest dud of all of the shows that Marvel has done. There's every other show. There's Miss Marvel. Then there's 50 Feet of Shit. Then there's Secret Invasion. Go on.
Because the other thing
agree.
is, why wouldn't I continue if you could Werewolf at Night?
Don't do the thing I'm going to do.
Okay, my bad. But that's and I haven't even seen it. But Werewolf by Night looks dope.
It's good. It's good. But we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
which is Captain America and the Winter Soldier
Right.
that we were talking about.
right? Moon Knight,
Which was-
the
which
other
was
one that was terrible for me.
Middle of the road,
Hawkeye.
That
which
one was
I
just-
loved, but
I
middle
thought
of
it
the
was
road.
okay. We have Echo, which I actually watched again, and I don't hate it as much, but I don't like it.
My man said
It's not as bad as
again.
Miss Marvel.
It is not bad as Miss Marvel. I'll give you that. What if you determine that?
I love What If. It's a great show. It was a hit. I liked it.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, yeah.
I liked She-Hulk. I think it has one of the worst endings of anything that Marvel's put out, but I like She-Hulk. I love Tatiana Maslany. I want to see her back as She-Hulk.
Those are the Disney Plus shows.
All right. And so, of all these little side projects that weren't movies, Werewolf by Night is the only, air quotes, horror show that they've put out.
Agreed.
And it was better than 90% of their shows.
And better than 90% of the recent movies.
And I think that is something that Marvel has an opportunity to lean into. Now, they got Marvel Zombies coming out. That's going to be interesting, which, by the way, one of the main antagonists of that is going to be Icarus from the Eternals, who is going to retain his consciousness because he's a machine, but also be a zombie. That's going to be difficult to deal with. But they haven't really dipped into the horror genre. And when we look at the cast of characters that Marvel has put out across the board, there's only a couple that can fit the horror genre or have had horror elements. Wanda and Doctor Strange. Am I incorrect on that?
Blade fits there, but that's never happened.
And I'm talking about of projects that have been put out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as of right now, it's Werewolf by Night. So that's why I think
treating as herself or something. I don't know.
Okay. That's where I like to see that genre be explored. And I think Agatha, having had direct impact with a major character and could possibly be a conduit to bring that character back, is a great way to go, because people say, oh, do we really need a show about Agatha Harkness? But then I was going to turn to you and say, did we really need a Halloween special about Werewolf by Night? No, but it was a masterpiece. It was excellent. And going through that genre and being what it was, could it be a one-off? Yeah, I think so. But I look at the factors.
But you can build.
I look at the factors here. Let's look at who's Agatha Harkness. It's Catherine Hahn. I have never in my life seen a thing that she's been a part of where she was bad in it, ever. When I look at her Rolodex of all the roles that woman has been in, I've never seen anything that I was like,
But this will be her first time where she is the main character. She's always a very good secondary or supporting role woman. And I'm not saying she's been bad in anything.
What has she been a lead in?
I haven't. That's what I'm saying.
Then we have nothing to base it off.
But that's what I'm saying. She's always been a secondary character, like somebody that helps the lead or is part of the lead. So this will be a first time for her to be the lead.
One of the cast of characters that's supporting her is Aubrey Plaza, who we know is a guarantee, a commodity that people want to see.
She's hilarious.
She is one of the top females in all the industry, top actors, period.
Actresses.
So that's pretty big help.
Mm-hmm.
We also, interestingly enough, see Wanda's son, Wiccan, in this show.
But they're imaginary, right?
Nope.
What?
So they're going to have to explain that.
Okay.
Because Wiccan, the little boy that you see, that's Wanda's son.
The real one.
Same actor.
And you said in the show, one of her visions or whatever she sees is Wanda dead.
Right. So there's a chance.
And she's a cop?
That this could be taking place in the universe that we saw in Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, wow.
Where she dream walked into that Wanda who did have her kids.
Oh, shit.
Oh, now I have your attention.
I still won't care, but I'll watch it because there's nothing else to watch.
I am, when this came out, I was so elated. I was like, I'm marking the calendar. That's gonna be, if this is on at Wednesdays at 10, I'll have my ass on the couch at Wednesdays at 10.
But you gotta for the people like me and Ryan, like you gotta give them an idea why we feel this way.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's like you really haven't given me much. What do I really care about this?
You know what? Like when I walked in here, Jack had on the TV. What was that? Captain America.
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
And just that fight sequence between Cap and Winter
Bucky.
Soldier.
Yeah.
Bro, like give me that again. I nothing in this whole thing has felt to me really good, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Like other than Spider-Man, like I don't know.
So let's ask this question, because this is going to be something that everybody's going to have to ask themselves at
Because-
one point, is what is it that compels you about a movie? Not
Wait.
Marvel, not a superhero. What compels you about a movie?
Can we go to a break and think about it and come back to this question
Sure.
after the
yeah,
break?
Yeah, we're here. So let's do this. Let's take time, think about it, and we will be right back.
Boom.
All right, and we're back. So, circle back to that question, Ryan, since you weren't interested in that. And actually, during the break, we watched the Agatha trailer, and you were like, it doesn't really speak to me. So, what is it that does speak to you in regards to movies in general?
Sandra Bullock in tight pants and very clappable cheeks.
I mean, you're speaking my language, but I think you're doing that on purpose.
Yeah, no. I like good plots, obviously. Like great actors too, because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll find myself watching a movie. Like it's not normally my genre, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That boy Leo. He could have a freaking movie as a paint salesman when he goes door to door and then he just sits there and watches it dry. And I'd watch that.
Yeah,
because
he's good.
that good. But I don't know. It just has to hold and grip me. And that's the thing with some of these. Like you just show me that trailer.
Yeah.
And WandaVision didn't resonate with me. Didn't really sit with me. I didn't really care for it.
I can see his sentiments. I agree with him.
So the whole
So more of her does nothing for me. And that's kind of where I'm at with this whole MCU thing. Like I've been saying from the beginning, the only person that I have anything in and I'm invested in is Tom Holland as Spider-Man. This new set of movies hasn't given me anybody to really get behind.
and
no
we
one's
haven't
cool.
seen Shang-Chi again.
Yeah, like
But didn't you say you were kind of behind Kang and they got rid of him too?
I do love King. I love him as an actor. Freaking
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors is a dope actor.
So he's kind of sour. He's bitter at Disney for taking everything he's loved and just shitting on
well,
it.
not even so, even still, if he was still around, the MCU as a whole is nowhere to where I'm excited for a movie to come out. Like
I'm behind that, the Majors train. I really would like to have seen him.
Oh, me,
stay
100,000%.
And be Kang. I think what they're doing to just chuck him out and be done with him is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like what happened to people having personal lives and doing what they're doing?
Especially because of his charges. I mean, if you really break them down on paper, he pushed her back. He set her back into a car and took her phone.
But she also lied about some of those
Took
things.
his phone back from her hands. That's assault. I mean, come on, man.
Not to
Like-
mention, it's not OJ who chopped his wife's head off. And
Exactly. And I mean, you had your boy Ezra Miller out here just like choke slamming people and doing all kinds of crazy things.
Mhm.
He's not the first actor that's messed up, and to crucify him like that, I agree. I understand on both sides, but his personal life has nothing to do with his actor.
Yeah, like I say,
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I
the
mean?
times, man, separate the artist from the art.
Apologize, say you're sorry, I fucked up, I own up to it, I'll never do it again. Now, if you keep doing it, different story. I
Right.
agree.
Completely agree.
But one time, I don't know. It's
And
not
it
baseball.
definitely seems like a passion thing, not something that he's like a habitual. But I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to hang on that too long. Back to so the plot is what it does it for you, huh? And so just the subject matter of Agatha is really what's not
And
grabbing you.
sometimes, yeah, I mean, in this scheme of MCU things, it just doesn't seem to sit or fit. Like for me,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just,
I like seeing things I haven't seen before. I like
See?
being surprised. I like seeing new elements that haven't been explored, and this is definitely that. Sure, Catherine Hahn and Agatha are things that we've seen, and the Wanda Maximoff storyline is kind of right now in a dull place. Not dull, but it's
Stagnant.
It's ended because Wanda died at the end of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which I don't buy for a second, but that's why I like these movies, the Marvel movies, because it's a continuation of the story. things are being added onto it. And I cannot fault you at all for saying that certain things haven't panned out, because after the MCU first phase, the Thanos saga, it's petered out. There's nobody to focus on. There's nothing to happen. And this is an excellent segue into Deadpool, because first of all, Agatha, I'm so excited for it. I think it's gonna be great, and I like that horror element. And I think that's something that Marvel hasn't explored except for the one time, and it went really well. So hey, I'm optimistic that that's going to go well. Looking at the plot, looking at the players, and looking what's going to happen, I think Agatha's going to be a hit. But let's circle to Deadpool.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's not necessarily that it's bad, but I can see like a bunch of MCU got people like that were like, do we need this? Like, what is this? Like, we have
They
a bunch
needed
of other
something
things
else
that you
besides
could
Deadpool.
do. Why Agatha?
And I think that's what intrigues me the most, because it's not going to just be, none of these Marvel stories have just been contained start, middle, end for a character and it's done. It's all led somewhere. Every single show has led to something else or a larger continuation somewhere else. And I think that's definitely what's going to happen going forward. And I think certain shows are going to be forgotten about entirely,
Like
aka Secret Invasion.
or Echo.
See, I didn't even watch that.
Echo doesn't have that far-reaching an implication to go anywhere. And She-Hulk, that's another one that's going to be forgotten to time. The character will come back, but I think her.
Is there anything? Is there any way we get Doctor Doom? What are we getting for them to tie in their whole Marvel 2025 in Agatha? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's that little dangler, that cherry on top that
I
they're
think
gonna
it's
give you?
Wanda. I think it's Wanda coming back, or a hint that Wanda's alive. I think that's where we pull that. And funny you say Doctor Doom, because I think that's where that would lead us. Because in the comics, that's where Wanda is. She disappears or she dies in the comics, and they don't find her again until Wiccan and her other son. I can't remember her other son's name, but he's like, he has powers like Quicksilver. They go and find her, and she's been brainwashed, and she's marrying Doctor Doom.
So there could be an instance of Doom. Like I know I keep bringing up Doom, but when are we going to get like something? You know what I mean? What are we getting? Okay, Kang's gone. Kang's gone. There's no more Kang.
I hate it, but I agree.
What are we getting? What are we getting?
So here's the big thing that is being hinted at right now. Is
again, these are just
we're
rumors.
talking about Deadpool here. All right, let's go to Deadpool. All right, we're gonna stay on this for a little while. Although we could talk about Captain America: Brave New World, because that trailer dropped as well. But anyway, we're gonna go past that. We're gonna talk about Deadpool, because Deadpool, we're gonna go see it a little early. Not gonna say when or how, but we are. It's gonna be awesome.
So, now that we are talking about Deadpool, and you talking about Wanda.
Yeah.
We all know he's gonna go kill the Fox universe.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
I'm pretty sure that. I thought that was the whole point of this thing.
Is there any way we could send Deadpool to the Sony universe and kill that?
Please. Except for Tom Holland. Bring him back.
Okay.
Bring him, MJ. That whole cast.
I wouldn't even be mad at keeping Tom Hardy around. Just we got to change up that Venom and that dynamic.
Don't disagree, but I think so Feige came out. This is where I was going with this. Feige said that Deadpool 3 will have as big an impact on the MCU as a whole, overall overarching story that touches everyone. MCU will have as big an impact as Endgame and Infinity War. He's like, that's how big it is. And they're saying this is the introduction of the X-Men to the MCU.
See, because that's what I was going to bring up. Is it like he
sounded so angry when he said that. So
the Fox thing. Well, because one of my biggest
got you there, motherfucker,
that I can't stand, because you know me in some comic book continuity, is we all know who Wanda's the daughter of.
Yep.
With her being dead, that maybe like something they try to tie in to rechange that story. Because me watching it the whole time, I'm like, this don't make no sense. Magneto's daughter.
Right.
Like,
so Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch originally are Magneto's kids.
Like the baby's kids, what are they doing?
That's a good movie.
It is a funny movie.
I don't know if that's something that we definitely need to have answered at this point, because they've already been there. They've been established. We don't need to go back, especially because Quicksilver in this MCU 616 is dead. So I mean, there may be an instance where they did like in Days of Future Past when he nods to it, says, my mom said my dad used to be able to do stuff like this, where they nod at Magneto being Quicksilver's dad. We might get something like that. I don't think we're going to get a heavy deep dive of lore back into it. And to be honest, we don't need it. We've got these established already. Let's just move forward. And I think that
But
Deadpool bringing them forward opens up a huge cast of villains that could show up and now be big bads of the MCU.
But then how are you going to tie in Magneto to this world if you don't have him as like Quicksilver and Wanda's dad?
Being an alpha level mutant who all believes in mutant rights and thinks that other people can suffer for that, and you're one of your biggest guys to go after him, Iron Man, who's not even around, but like who's going to stop him?
Do you think we get a Cyclops or a Jean
I
or
think
anything?
we do. I think we do.
You do, right?
I think we get I think we get the team going forward.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
All four, at least four, right?
I think we get excuse me, I think we get a new Wolverine, which a new Wolverine I think is really all we need. I think we could get a new Wolverine and plop him into the MCU like we've talked about before. Me neither. Nothing against James Marsden, but I would like a new Scott Summers.
That is angled at the X-Men 97 Cyclops, please and thank you.
Yeah. I think a new Storm would be great.
Watch your mouth,
Halle Berry, but
Halle back.
Do you think you get a Jean Grey or you get a Beast at that point? Out of you,
well, we've already got a Beast. That was at the end of the Marvels, and apparently that is where Deadpool's universe is currently.
Oh, so I have to watch the Marvels?
No.
All right, good.
No, you don't. But I think, Colossus is in the trailer, so we're going to definitely see Colossus come through. I think we're going to see a lot of those heroes from those universes bleed into the new MCU.
So do you think it's like a mesh, like all these people come here and then they stay in that current timeline? Or do you think once the story or the villain is defeated, everybody goes back to their originally scheduled programming?
We're going to go back to that iconic line from John Krasinski. An incursion occurs when something, the reality between two, universes erodes and they collide. That's what we're going to get. We're going to get Deadpool leading us straight into Secret Wars, because something that he's going to do, bringing all these universes together. And I think the catalyst for all this is Wolverine. I think him bringing a new Wolverine to the forefront is what creates this conversion, or what's it called? Incursion. So that's going to be the thing that everyone's trying to stop. So that's where we're going to get Battle World. And I think that's where we will get our first real interactions with Doctor Doom. And then when we get Doctor Doom, because we already got Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four not being around and being in the 60s, that's a great thing. This is a good thing for them to have these, because it makes the arguments of, well, where was the Fantastic Four when Earth was invaded? Because they would have been there.
Mm-hmm.
Where were all the X-Men? Well, there's a reason they're not there.
That's kind of one of my things that I'm like, man, you're just going to try to put this world all together when we made it all the way through, 20 something movies without any of them.
Right. And
other than Colossus,
the big battle could definitely have had all those X-Men. That would have been a very different fight if the X-Men were there. Clearly, I mean, Cyclops alone makes a huge difference in the battle. Thanos coming up against the Avengers, he just all right, got all those guys.
Or he can cut Thanos's arm at the end of the gauntlet with his laser.
So you're missing a lot of elements that aren't there that are good for them to not be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got these new instances coming in, and you've got to think Galactus at some point is going to play a part,
right?
And when you
you actually think we're getting the whole meat and potatoes at the end of this movie?
I think they're going to say, okay, the mutants are here. So Wolverine or Deadpool are going to be faced with a choice of lose all these people, lose all these X-Men, lose all these characters, or you all are going to die.
So I know what they said. So you really believe that this Deadpool movie is going to set up the next chapter of Marvel and X-Men for at least years to come?
I do.
Wow,
I think
that's a big weight for.
I think we're going from and that's why that's the only way it could be if Feige is setting it up like that. So for him to say the mutants are here, dude, that's a monstrosity of a well, not monstrosity, but it's like
It's a big news story
It
because
is.
people want X-Men.
Yeah.
Do they though?
They do. After X-Men 97.
So
they
here's
do.
here's the problem, right? Is
See,
like,
that's the thing. Is X-Men 97 is X-Men 97. That's animated,
and
we
that
grew
is
up
its own
on
thing, and that is
That
a
is its own
continuity
thing.
thing. They are going with that, but that's what I was gonna say. Is you
So-
get Mojo, you get Mr. Sinister, you get all of the Brotherhood, you get Juggernaut, you get Sabretooth, you get Mystique in the MCU.
Yep.
There are so many elements that are getting added just in those characters that I've named, not to mention Magneto. So you could have that battle between Magneto and Professor X and get an enemy like Onslaught, who is the physical consciousness of Magneto and Xavier together manifested into a being. And then that's a major world ender right there. That's hard to beat.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you get a lot of things that get added. I would love to see more of these.
But do you really think it's gonna make it to that point? Because my thing is, X-Men movies haven't all been great.
I agree. I
And
don't
it's
think
like,
any
to
of them
me,
have been
it's
really
like
good.
rehashing almost the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I worry about, them trying to put all this energy into that to tie it into the MCU versus just letting this MCU that they have already just kind of cook and do what it needs to do.
So you think the inclusion of the mutants is a bad thing?
I actually
Yes.
think it's a good thing for X-Men because then Fox doesn't have that. It becomes part of the Disney. I don't know. You know what I mean?
And I don't think we're
it becomes part of that Marvel.
Here's the beautiful
world.
thing too, and I completely agree. Is like every time you get an X-Men movie, you feel like they have to throw every single X-Man in, and every X-Man has to have their moment. There has to be something important, so the movie gets clunky and convoluted, and quite frankly, boring. Whereas when you introduce the X-Men to the MCU, you could say, we're going to do a movie just about Cyclops, or we're going to have just Storm join this group.
Exactly. Or
And
like
then you have so many other elements to add, or you say, hey, we need Nightcrawler because we're going to do XYZ. Or
Now,
you're going to even, what we could even get Ghost Rider coming in pretty soon. Then you got all different places you could go.
you could just take them anyway. Be like,
Yeah,
oh,
but-
we're in Louisiana for this mission, and it's Gambit and the Thunderbolts.
I was
And then
gonna
in
say-
like Washington, it's like Captain America and all that. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
How many of those stories though that you really want to sit there and watch a movie of? Like, I'm not watching a Nightcrawler movie.
Well, that's on you. There's a lot of
No,
people out there
I
that
I mean,
will.
first of all, Nightcrawler ain't nothing to mess with. If you played that, you remember the video
I mean,
console
Don't
game?
get me wrong, Nightcrawler is dope, but
Yeah.
I'm just to,
He's not a movie star.
But
that's
he's
my
not going to
point.
get a single movie. But if you add him to a Marvels or an Agents of Shield or anything, I'm just
Yeah.
saying you can add these guys anywhere. Plug and
And-
play, plug and play, plug and play.
Yeah, but then that's not really the X-Men.
But you can then
And
create
that's
that.
but you're
after
right.
that.
It's not the X-Men. It's the MCU.
Exactly.
And now the X-Men exist in the MCU. Therefore,
they can team up together and it's
Bingo.
not as dry.
Man, it's
so when
30
T'Challa
something-
comes back around and Storm shows up, it's continuity.
Exactly.
It's the 30 some movies, bro. I ain't seen no hide or no hair, no Nightcrawler in the MCU. Or
Which is what we're
Triple E.
explaining to you.
Wasn't the
I'm not so-
Nightcrawler in
that's
the
kinda what
last
I'm-
movie? Wasn't he a big character
No, he's in
Let's-
the
with
second
Jennifer
one.
Lawrence?
What I'm saying though is like the MCU is the MCU. We're used to these characters. This is what we know. And now you're just gonna try to start. Oh yeah, here's this guy. You're supposed to care about him. Here's this guy. Here's this. Like
That's
to
not
me,
that's
it's just
not
a
so
lot.
much a you're supposed to care about them.
I mean,
It's you don't know the
then why
character, so you
watch?
can't relate with them.
But here's the other
What do you
thing
mean?
too. Here's the other thing too. You just talked about the fight between Steve Rogers and Winter Soldier.
Absolutely.
So you mean to tell me that if Hulk shows up and Wolverine shows up to fight him, that am I supposed to care about both of them, or am I going to get a kick-ass moment?
Or Cable
Because-
shows up, or
See, like if it was X-Men, I would like to see the later parts, like where there's Cable and there's Bishop going back trying to fix things. Like I don't know, that whole up until that point, it's just been played out to me.
I would love to see a Lethal Weapon style movie with
Buddy
Cable
cop
and
movie,
Bishop.
bro,
That'd be
I'm
dope.
telling you,
that'd be dope.
that's what I thought X-Men: A Future Past was gonna be, and I'm like, oh,
and you
shit,
get
like,
you
I
get
was
10
hyped.
seconds of Bishop, which I hated.
And I was like, oh, my favorite character is because me growing up as a kid,
I like Bishop too,
the
by the
only
way.
black person that there was, the only
Yeah.
superhero was Bishop.
No,
and I'm
Storm is she's
She's
cream.
also cream, but like, yeah. But as a guy, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
as a
okay,
boy,
okay. There you go. All right.
So, like, yeah, that's my dude right there. And then him and Cable, and I was like, oh, I was so hyped for that. And then I
Yeah.
watched that movie, and I was like, man, this is absolute.
Once I
garbage.
found out why Bishop had M tattooed on his face, I was
This is
like,
a
well, this
beauty.
dude's my favorite. I like him.
Yep.
Big fan of Bishop.
Yeah. So,
But I'm gonna disagree with you, man. I don't think it's like you have to care about these folks, but it's cool to have them.
but I mean,
I think it'd be better with them going into an MCU Marvel because you eliminate that stale dryness
Yeah.
of just force feeding X-Men. How much Wolverine and Cyclops can you really see before like, okay, we get it.
There's another cool, like, here's a movie idea. Is like, hey, we need to send Wolverine to New York because there's this dude nobody can handle. His name's Frank Castle. Can you bring him in? And then you have one of those Predator style movies where Logan just won't stop coming and the Punisher is giving him everything he's got. And, you throw story elements in there in the middle. That's sick, dude. That's amazing. Where it's like, oh, hey, we've got this problem with Blackheart who's coming into New York and we don't know what to do. So we've got Blade and Doctor Strange going in to take care of business. Those are the options you have having that roster of characters. Not that you need to care about it, but there's so many compelling stories with so many characters that can be involved, in my opinion.
I don't think they're gonna do it the way they want them to, though.
You might be right. You might be right because they're still going after that model of we have to have the big bad that everybody has to go after. But I think they're going to steer clear of that. And a good example of that, circle back, boy, it all comes together, is Agatha Harkness and Werewolf by Night. You don't need them.
Agatha crap.
I'm just saying, you're going to characters that people are like, well, why do I care about this? Oh, wait, this is a really good show. This is really amazing what they're doing here, like Werewolf by Night.
But so let's also talk about this, though. It's still a business.
Yeah.
And they still have to make lots of money. That's what they want to do, especially paying Ryan Reynolds what they're paying them.
Sure.
So you're going to have to make movies that are good.
They make that money back in just merchandising Deadpool stuff.
Maybe.
Guaranteed.
I'm just telling you, man, there's no way you throw the Punisher logo on a movie and tell them that Blade or Wolverine is coming after him and that movie doesn't make money.
Yeah, Punisher versus Blade sounds amazing.
It would. We don't even have a Punisher in this MCU.
Yes,
we're still waiting for Blade to
Like,
even just give us a script.
Since it's been taken over from the MCU, we haven't seen we have the one that was from Netflix. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so we have
guy.
One, but we still haven't seen him in a movie.
He's made scenes in He's going to be in Daredevil.
Born Again.
Sorry, not Deadpool. I misspoke.
Once again, still, it's not a movie. You know what I mean? Like,
doesn't have to be.
But that's the beauty of this whole concept that we're talking about. You can drop Wolverine in an episode of Daredevil. I mean, you're not going to, but I'm just saying you could.
But you could.
Don't get me wrong.
Spider-Man and a street level villain and so on and so forth. The fluidity and the openness is what we're excited about.
Yeah, like that's cool. Oh, Punisher dropped into an episode of Daredevil. Cool. Guess what? I didn't watch Daredevil because it's one of those another series that's 19 episodes long of some shit that has nothing to do with.
Well, in terms of that, though, you have to say if somebody cares about this, if they're listening to the show,
they better care.
Chances are they've probably seen it.
Well,
you're a bit of a minority, Ryan.
I mean, you are steering the argument towards I don't like this shit. I'm not watching it. Well, how do you know you don't like it if you didn't watch it? Well, or give it a chance. Give it a chance.
I shouldn't say that. I should say I said, I don't care about this phase of the MCU like I cared about the other ones.
Sure.
I've seen every one of those movies multiple times.
Yep.
Especially when he walked in, I knew exactly what he was watching because it's one of my favorite scenes.
Right, but we're not talking. You're hitting on the shows. Every time you keep talking, you ain't talking about the movies. You're down for the movies, even if it sucks.
No,
you will watch it eventually.
That's my thing. I still haven't seen the Marvels.
No one has.
I'm pretty sure I snored all the way through the Eternals.
Yeah, I think I saw that happen.
Yeah, but like I even said it before, the only thing that actually got me hyped and actually got me excited was Spider-Man. Not that he's just the only one, but
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Where we're at.
Do you think Spider-Man Far From Home would have been a better or worse movie without Doctor Strange?
Oh, it probably would have been a worse movie.
So there's a character that was dropped into Spider-Man's universe.
I get what you guys are saying. By all means, I understand that. My point being,
I'm just saying, hey, you're talking about making money. It makes money. It drives the story forward.
But did everyone go see Doctor Strange? Was it because it was Doctor Strange? I mean,
yeah.
Go look at how much Doctor Strange the Madness episode made.
I'm not gonna lie, when in the Doctor Strange trailer, when you got see Reed Reynolds,
that's what I'm saying. You watch that because you got all three Spider-Mans in that movie. That's what made that movie huge. For a lot of
Soy,
people.
I disagree. I watched it because it was Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. Now, was I happy to see Andrew Garfield? Yes.
You forgot
Was I
Tobey Maguire.
happy to see the Rogues characters, Jamie Foxx, come back, Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin? Yeah, it was cool, but I was there more for Doctor Strange and the Mystic Arts being a part of Spider-Man than any of that other stuff.
See, I was just there for Spider-Man. Like, he's it. Spider-Man's there. I'm in it. I don't care. Let's go.
Disrespect on
Spider-Mans,
Tobey Maguire's
three
name.
Spider-Mans.
Who's that?
go.
Which one is that one?
Tobey Maguire.
Toby.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't disrespect the man's name like that.
Well, I thought Toby was the white Volkswagen that Lindsay Lohan drove around. Oh, that's Herbie.
Herbie. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Have the number 3 on it, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. It's numero
Oh my
tres.
god, he called him Herbie.
Yeah. No, dude. I was there for Doctor Strange because I was like, these are worlds colliding.
Okay.
This is a major thing happening in the MCU, and it's Spider-Man. And hell yeah, let's watch that.
You asked your wife a question.
Okay.
What is the crazy take that you think is going to happen in this movie? The most outlandish thing that probably won't happen, but you want to happen.
What I want to happen?
Like outlandish though, can't be something that's actually going to happen.
okay, I want outlandish.
Like something that it's within like the thing, but probably, you know what I mean? What'd you ask her?
I don't want to say improbable things. I want to say things that are going to happen. And I want to see Hulk versus Wolverine.
See, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's always been one of my things. But one of my favorite team ups when they were kids, like the Hulk versus Wolverine and Hulk.
People don't know this. Wolverine was originally drawn as a villain. He was a bad guy, and he was this special weapon drawn in to hunt the Hulk, and he was meant to not be liked by anyone, but he was so damn cool, and people kept writing in about Wolverine that literally the next time you saw him, he was the hero of his own comic.
That's kind of dope.
Like, I don't know.
So what do I want to see?
mm,
I want to see the introduction of the X-Men, the full line. That's what I want. I want to finally see Beast, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, Jubilee, Colossus, all of the full lineup be there with Deadpool, because in the first one you don't get an X-Man, you get Ajax, and you get the comment from Deadpool. It's like, oh, funny how I only ever see one of you here. It's like the studio can't afford to get all the other X-Men. And he makes the same joke in the next one, and he gets Cable, because at the end he's like, guess what? We're gonna have Cable. And then he's like, Cable, not 6'5", not like in the comics. Like, he wants that full cast of characters.
Mhm.
And I think we see the Wolverine that takes over for Hugh, because I love Hugh. I think he's great. I think he's going to crush it.
But it's time.
He's the greatest Wolverine we've ever had. He's the only Wolverine we've ever had.
I wouldn't mind him reprising Logan, but like, I'm not like past when he died, but like how he got to where he got.
But who do I want to see? I want to see. Speaking of people returning, I'd love to see Liev Schreiber return as Sabretooth.
I want to see the Fantastic Four. I want to see like even like an end cut scene at the end.
They won't
Just
be
give me a little drop, just a little, like,
that's one of my worries, because I loved his Sabretooth. I'm not gonna lie, those two on screen, I love that,
Perfect.
and they were great.
That was one of the
together.
best X-Men movies. Was X-Men Origins Wolverine, other than what happened with Deadpool.
Yeah,
But okay.
No Fantastic Four at all, really. Not even.
I want to
like
see a
little
major.
drop?
I want to see a major Avenger show up. I want to see a major Avenger. I want to see Captain America. I want to see, which actually I think is the highest one that nobody's thinking about. Because remember that free guy
honestly, I want
where
Hulk to come
guy
and
got
smash
the
everybody.
Captain America shield, and Chris Evans is like, what the fuck? They're buddies. I think we could see a variant of Captain America show up to help the X-Men and help Deadpool.
Okay.
No chance of like Punisher or anything like
There's
that.
also
Or
a chance.
Ghost Rider.
There's also a chance we see Spider-Man.
Ghost Rider. None of that stuff. None of the street level boys.
By the way, just if we're just rattling off rumors, there's a rumor that Ryan Gosling is being like fan cast, and people are really getting around the idea of having Gosling in the MCU as Ghost Rider.
See, I don't know, man. He's an absolute liability.
I
out
knew
there
you were
in
gonna
the water, you know.
He
I'm not trying to
was,
say
but
anything
hey,
bad about him. He's just getting beat.
hey, guess what? He wasn't. He wasn't Petey, who quit on his team.
Oh man.
Go watch Remember the Titans if you don't know what we're talking about.
It
But
makes fun of us every time I see him,
there's
think
that
about it.
clip where Ryan Reynolds is going, and he's acting like he's shooting webs out of his wrist. And he's in there, and Wolverine's looking at him like he wants to kill him just because he won't shut his mouth. There's a chance we see a Spider-Man.
I could
Because
definitely love that.
Deadpool's favorite superhero, even
It's
though there's a
Spider-Man.
whole big love affair with Wolverine, is Spider-Man. He idolizes Spider-Man. He loves him. He wants to be best friends with him. He's always calling him and telling him there's dangerous missions happening, and then it's like a double date with him and somebody else. And it's like that's the way Deadpool is, and he loves him some Spider-Man. And like he's the reason Spider-Man leaves the Avengers is because he kills people, and Spider-Man doesn't like that. But I think we could see a Tom Holland. I think there's a lot. I think we could even see him in another version of one of the Avengers scenes. Like they're dealing with time. I think you could see him at the Battle of Sokovia.
Anyway, you see Loki.
Yeah, good
Right?
chance. Good chance. Good
Makes
chance
sense.
we see Loki because he's now at the Tree of Time or
Mhm.
whatever it is.
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. What do you boys think? What are your guesses as we roll out?
I want to see the Fantastic Four. You said it won't happen, but I really, even just like one of those drops of them going in and out of a universe and Reed
Just like a
Richards.
2-second one.
Yeah, just give me
That'd
just
be cool. That'd
a
be cool.
taste. I don't want them to do anything. I just want them to, even in a bubble on the side. You know what I mean? Like an Easter
Okay.
egg.
Me, I just want to see old Hulk back.
Yeah, me too.
Old,
I am excited for what's coming out
Crush
from the
everything,
Thunderbolts,
Hulk.
by the
Speaking
way.
of which, not
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Speaking of Brave New World, you get our first full shot of Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross as the Red Hulk. Come on now.
I love it.
So I think we're going to have that. I think we're going to have something that sends Professor Hulk over the edge, and we're going to get a World War Hulk talking about things we're going to see out of Brave New World. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here at the Alter Ego Podcast. Thank you for hanging with us. Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
My Soul Bowl prediction: this movie's gonna be mid.
Mid. It got a 7 by IGN, which is like a 12 for normal people. What are your thoughts, Nello, as we get?
On Deadpool,
No, just
IGN
as we leave.
7.
As we
it's
go.
definitely mid.
I'm ready to go. Give me Fantastic Four.
See you guys next week.
Only if they bring back Jessica Alba.
And Chris Evans as the Human Torch. There's your Fantastic Four. You see Chris Evans as the Human Torch.
I love it.